Hey everyone, welcome to the Wreath Workshop. I am Ashley Greenwood from Three Little Greenwoods Creations. I am coming live to you from my home in South Carolina. I am a former kindergarten teacher, turned wreath maker, turned successful Etsy shop owner, and now I am combining my love of teaching and wreath making by sharing tutorials with all of you. So come on in and welcome. I am live on Facebook. Hello Facebook. And TikTok at the same time. So if you see me jumping from one camera to the other, that is the reason. I want to reach as many people as I possibly can with this really awesome fall tutorial. We're making a fall wreath. Hello to my friends on Facebook. Welcome to the Wreath Workshop. Guys, let me know, where are you watching from? I always love seeing where everyone is. Hello, Kanara. Hello, Deb. Welcome. Let's get started. This is kind of a different design for me, so we're going to talk about it. I pulled my flowers over, and first I want to talk about the flowers. So this is going to be a fall wreath. So I grabbed some yellow chrysanthemums. I'm going to pair this with these really pretty, like burgundy sunflowers. These are so pretty. Have you ever had a flower that you bought that you loved so much that you don't really know if you want to use it or not? That's what I'm like, conflicted with these. Hello, Paula. Welcome. So I'm going to pair these two colors, very contrasting. I'm going to add a little bit of pink because why not? These are sweet little pink daisies. We're going to pair them all together. I have some grasses, and I'm going to talk with you why I chose these grasses instead of the other ones that I pulled. And I also have this really fun bush that I think came from Greenery Market, but now I cannot really remember where it came from. So let's get started. We're not using a grapevine today, which is my typical base. We're going to be using an evergreen. Yes, an evergreen, just like a Christmas wreath. Now, when I first heard that wreath makers were using evergreens, I was a little confused, and I didn't quite understand how they were going to turn a basic evergreen wreath into a fall wreath or a Christmas wreath or a spring wreath. But I'm going to show you how to do that today. Here are the two greeneries. We're going to talk about why I chose one over the other in just a minute. Let's set that aside. And I got my ficus. Y'all know I love ficus. This is the really inexpensive kind that you can get from all of the craft stores, okay? Hello, Bulgaria. Welcome. Before I get started fluffing my wreath base, I'm going to add some glue to my glue skillet. Right off camera is a small electric glue skillet, and it just melts all the glue. I simply drop these glue sticks in, and it melts it down all nice and pretty. I do not use a glue gun, rarely. I rarely use a glue gun. Never say never, right? Because I like for both of my hands to be free as I am working. So that is the reason that I have a hot glue skillet. Here is our base. An extremely inexpensive 18-inch evergreen base from the Bloom Room. That is Joann's, right everybody? I got this when it was for sale. This thing was originally listed at $13. What? $13 off. No. I got it 70% off. I know that because I marked it on the tag when I unpacked them all. So it's just a good way to keep track of if I am using my items that I got on sale. So yeah, this one was $13 originally, and I got it 70% off. I like to put all of my tags in a little container. That way at the end, I will be able to add everything up to know how much I should list this wreath for. Hello, Kathy. How are you on the TikTok today? Let me swipe so I can see my comments. There we go. Hey, Laura. So glad you guys are joining me. The very first thing we need to do is fluff this wreath. Now, this is a really important step because you need a foundation for all of your greenery, all of your florals to stick to. So take the time and do this. Hello, Tammy. How are you guys? Hello, Christine. So what's everybody going to be doing this weekend? I promised my daughter that I would finish painting her room. We started last week before she went back to school, or the week before last, I can't remember. And I realized once we had painted her bedroom that the bathroom that's attached looks super dingy. So guess what else I get to do this weekend? I'm gonna be painting the bathroom, which is really small. Ooh, Elizabeth's going back to school shopping. We already did that. Oh my gosh. My son, my middle son, my second son, 2 boys, 1 girl. I thought he was all ready to go back to school, and no, he needs a new book bag. Like, dude, you don't need a new book bag. Just use the one from last year. Hello, Reads and More by Honey Bunny. So glad you're joining me. Rhonda says it is very hot in Texas. It's actually kind of coolish here. Maybe the humidity isn't as high or something. I don't know, but it is not as hot as it has been outside. So yeah. Elizabeth says it's always something. Yes, always something. Tammy has a family reunion on Sunday. Okay, Tammy. Here's the most important question. What are you making to bring to the family reunion? What's that one thing? Hey, everybody, Facebook friends, what is that one thing that you always have to bring to the family reunion or your family Christmas, Thanksgiving? We all have that one thing, right? We all have that one thing. Okay, so here's what I've done. I have taken the time to fluff all of these branches, and you're going to see that I've just, some of them are going up, some of them are going out. The back is flat because I don't care about the back. It needs to be flat to go up against the door anyway, but I just fluffed them all out. Now, when they say this is an 18-inch wreath, they are measuring from the end, the tip of one prong to the tip of the other prong. That's how they measure 18 widths. It's not the wire base, okay? Laura is asking a question. When I am adding the prices up, do you add the full price or the sales price to get the final price? That's a great question. I add the full price. And here's why. So let's say that this wreath was $13, okay? And I need another one like now. And I need to go to Joann's in August and buy a greenery wreath. And it's $13. So I need to make sure that that is included in my price, the way that I price it. Does that make sense? I hope so. I hope that makes sense. Someone is asking, where did I get this base? You've been looking for 18-inch evergreens. It came from Joann's last year. Yeah, I scooped them up. I scooped up a bunch of them when they had a big sale at the end of the season. Okay, so let's get started. First, we need to green the wreath. Let's talk about the greenery that I pulled over. So this is called bead grass, and I get this from my wholesale company, Sims Pottery. Wholesale means you have to have your resale license or you cannot purchase from them. But if you are selling, you need to have your resale license, so go get it. I love this stuff. This is called bead grass. Michael's Hobby Lobby has a version of it. It's a kind of a dark brown. It's really not my favorite, but it'll do in a pinch. So here we have more of a yellowy, boho-y, natural look to this grass. It looks very, very fallish, but this also looks really fallish too. This is just a different look. It's very brown, almost kind of purpley on the ends. So when I was looking at these two greeneries next to the florals that I chose, I really like this one. This is like my favorite, but you know what I could do? I could use both. Let's see. We'll talk about it as we work. You guys like this greenery? Yeah. Yes, you are not always able to buy your supplies at the sales price. You are not. So you shouldn't price your items thinking that you're going to be able to catch everything on sale. I mean, look at Hobby Lobby. They used to have everything 50% off. And if you had been including that price in the price of your items that you list on Etsy or you sell at your craft shows, you'd be hurting. I love these because these are pushers. Oh my gosh. So I'm just taking from the bottom and pushing them up. Pushers make me happy. Be careful you don't push too much or you will pop it off. Let's just spin this around real quick and push this. All right, here we go. Got like a little space looking thing. I'm going to need them to be about this long. Okay. Not super long, but not super short. All of the stems are going to attach to the evergreen with the hot glue. They're actually going to melt in place, which is phenomenal. And you don't need them to be super long because you don't want to have a ton of stems sticking out of the back of the wreath that you're going to have to cut. So let's get started. I'm going to need both of these. I just know I am. Let's go ahead and cut both of them. Adding different greenery really ups the wow factor of your wreaths. It truly does. It adds lots of different textures to it. I'm going to cut 3 of these at the same time. Let's do this one. Okay. Now let's get started. So I'm going to angle you guys down just a little bit so you can see more of what I am doing. Hello, Kentucky. Let's move this down. People are answering my question. Deb says she makes her mother-in-law's cherry delight dessert. She passed away last year and you try to take that to all of your family functions. That is very, very sweet. What else do you guys make? What's your favorite thing? Is it easy to make cherry delight? I would hope so. All right, so here is the plan. I'm simply going to go around my evergreen, put some glue on the tip, insert it in, and then I will twist one of these pine tines around it just to hold it securely until it really, really dries. So let's get going. Pushing it in, and then I'm going to twist that evergreen around. Let's put it this way. I'm going to go all the way around and just glue it in. The leaves are going to fall over there. Okay. I almost did this before I got on with you guys, but I thought you might want to see the technique of how I do it. I'm just spinning it around. Who of my wreath makers out there is already making some fall? Let me know in the comments. I've made a couple of falls, not many, because I was doing the Christmas in July workshop last week. Tammy says she makes blackberry cobbler. Oh my goodness, that sounds amazing. We do a whole lot of peach cobbler around here because, you know, South Carolina and peaches, they like go together. We have a lot of peach farms nearby so we can get fresh peaches. Just spinning that around. I'm trying to leave a space in between this greenery because I think I might add the other one in between it. Ooh, Christine says she's done a scarecrow hat and a witch hat. That's awesome. So Christine, do you sell a lot of Halloween? I was having a debate, a friendly debate with one of my wreath besties. And she says that a lot of wreath makers sell a lot of Halloween wreaths, like witches and cute little ghosts and stuff. So I want to know, who out there makes Halloween and does it sell well for you? Jennifer says she's yet to use an evergreen wreath, so you're excited to see this. I really like using evergreen wreaths. You'll notice that I'm not doing it on my wreath easel because it's just easier to do it down on the table. You can kind of spin it around. Now, at the end, I am going to put it up on the wreath easel because you need to really look at it. It can get a little out of whack if you don't take the time to look at it on the easel. Okay, all right, I see there's this one spot right here that really needs this one more. Mary says you did here last year and you just posted a Halloween wreath on Facebook today. I hope that you sell it, girl. I really, really love fall, but I haven't sold any Halloween. I'm going to open up one more, just a few. Hello, Anderson, South Carolina. My aunt that I love dearly, she has a lake house up there. And she's a big Clemson fan. She's the one that I made the Clemson bow for on Bow Making Monday. She hasn't come to get it yet. I need to let her know. All right, so here's what we have so far. Lots of little cockatoo tails. I want to put some in the middle. So I'm just going to put a few. Just put it in the middle, giving it a good little twist. I think I'm going to make an X. That means I'm going to put one on one side, one on the other side, directly across from each other. And then one on the bottom and one on the top. The greening of these wreaths takes the longest because you're trying to cover it all up. Ooh, Triple Crown Creation says she sells about 4 Halloween wreaths every year. That is awesome. Someone is asking, how am I gluing it? What am I putting my stems in? Well, I have a small electric skillet right off camera. But I am dipping my stems in, just like that. And I'm putting them in the evergreen. It melts immediately. It actually melts the evergreen. It's made out of PVC, the plastic really. And it's into place. Someone asked a question. Jennifer asked, do I think that the Gorilla Glue makes a difference compared to other brands? Actually, yeah, I do. I really, really do. I like the Gorilla Glue a lot. Okay, just leave it alone. Let's add some of this because this is pretty as well. It's going to add lots more texture to it, and I am going to get more bang for my buck. So you can definitely tell that this bush is a larger bush with more pieces of greenery on it, okay? This other bush that I used, it was really small, kind of flimsy. This one has a lot more. So I'm going to get more bang for my buck by actually taking this little stem, this big stem. I'm going to push half up and I'm going to push half down, and I'm going to make 2 pieces out of it because I'll get so much more stuff. So much more greenery out of it. So let's take a few minutes and do that. Someone said that I think Christine said, Christine, are you in New York or New Jersey? I cannot remember. She said that her children start back school in September. We started back extra early this year because we are doing a year-round calendar, which means we get more breaks, but they still go the same days. I keep telling my children that. They're not making you go to school more days. It's just different days. They don't really care. They are not impressed. They would much rather still be sleeping late on summer vacation. But our daughter, she was the hit of the lunch table this past week. One of my uncles is a fantastic baker, and he makes amazing brownies. And he brought us over this beautiful tray of brownies. And we are just not really big sweet eaters. And of course, I'm always trying not to eat sweets. So I sent them to school with her in her lunchbox every day for this whole week. And she has been the hit of the middle school lunch table. I asked her who she told her friends had made those brownies. And she said she told them that I made them, which is not true. All right, guys, I'm almost finished. So I've just turned that one bush into all of this. I've made it double in size. Now let's go back and put these pieces in between the other pieces. Same technique. I'm just going to run it through, glue it down. Spinning it around. It is really important that you take just a second to wrap your stem, your greenery stem, with this evergreen. It's just really going to hold it in place, and it also makes a thicker base for everything else to stick to. I'm paying attention that my greenery is on the same line or the same level, so I don't have any pieces that are like way out. Trying to keep them as even as possible. Here we go. So this is our second greenery that we are adding. I'm going to add one more too. So just hold on. Oh, wow, I kept this one really short. I'm going to put that in the middle. Which do you guys like to decorate more for, fall or Christmas? And my wreath makers, which would you rather make for fall or Christmas? Let me know in the comments. Hey, Jennifer, I'm so glad you're joining. Tracy said she loves fall. I really like fall too. Honestly, fall really makes me happy. Okay, let's put one more in here. In between these two, let's give it a little wrap. I am joined by the dogs. If you hear some snuffling down there. Isn't that pretty? I like it. Okay, let's add some to the middle. I only have two more pieces. I'm just going to put them opposite each other. In the middle of the wreath. Just like that. Okay, so here's what we have so far. Lots and lots of texture. Oh my goodness. Loving that color. All right, now, I love ficus leaves. They are inexpensive. They cover a lot of stuff. And I think we're gonna need probably 3. Let me show you how I'm going to cut them. Oh, I see hearts for the ficus leaves. All right, so first I'm going to cut right here because I only want that top part. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Just going to cut the top part. Let's come up to the top of the bush or the stems. See how it separates right here? I'm going to cut this off. And then I'm probably going to need this part too. I'll hold on to these just in case. Put this down. Oh, you are so sweet, Martha. Martha is from Arizona. Jeanette says she loves to make Christmas. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to take this and I am just going to insert it evenly throughout the wreath. So the same thing. Hopefully this will be a little bit quicker. And I like to pull the other greenery kind of up on top of it. I am going to be putting this in at kind of an angle. But remember, everything has wire in it. So you can manipulate it to where you want it to go. All right, here we go. Put that in there. Remember, pull that other greenery up. Get it incorporated together. Twisting that around, pull that up. Oh my gosh, just doing this, I mean, just look at that. That's really pretty, just like that right there. But we are going to make it even better with purpley reddish sunflowers and pink mini daisies. It's going to be so pretty. Debbie is asking a question. Debbie is asking, how much do I sell my wreaths for, or this one? She's hoping it's okay to ask. Of course it's okay to ask. So here is how I price my wreaths. I have a little container where I put all of my price tags in. And at the end, when I'm finished, I've got everything in there, I will go through and add up everything that I put in there. And I use the real price, not the sales price, the real price. When I first started out, I would take that number, say it's 50. Let's just do 50 because that'll be easy math, kind of. If it was $50 in total, when I was first starting, I would times it by 2. And that's how I would get the total. And then when I got a little bit better, so it would be $100. And then when I got a little bit better and kind of knew more of what I was doing, I would take that number and times it by 2.5. And now that I've been doing this for so long, I take my number and I times it by 3. And that is the price that I listed for on Etsy. Now, that also includes the shipping price. I say it's free shipping. It's not free shipping. It's included in the price, okay? Nothing in this world is free, everyone. Even Amazon charges you shipping. They just up the price just a little bit. And we think it's free. But I also have a new blog post that teaches how to price wreaths. So if you guys want that, just leave me a comment and I will come back and leave you that. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. Love it. Okay. Next, let's move on to our flowers. Let me move you guys just a little bit so you can see more of what I am doing. It's kind of hard to get a good angle. Now, the first thing that I want to do is I want to add my focal flowers. So remember, if you're just joining us, here is what we got going on. Wow. Look at that color. Our focal flower is the largest blossom or the largest flower. So, of course, I'm going to add these like burgundy sunflowers first. These are so pretty. I have sadness in my heart that I am using them, but I just need to get over it. So these are sunflowers. They're really big. They're probably about 6 inches across. I'm going to add those first. Let's keep these leaves because you never know when you might need a good leaf. I think I'm going to leave that last one on here. These came from Joann's because they have the bloom room on them. I believe I got these at the end of the season last year online because our Joann's, the one that's nearest to me, I don't really like it. It's not like a happy shopping experience. Notice how I bent this flower. Do you see what a sharp bend it is? Because I'm going to slide it in to the evergreen and I want the blossom to pop off of the wreath. So let's give it a good cut. That's why you need good tools. And I'm going to take 3 of these and put these in a triangular shape. I'm going to slide them in along with the grain or the way the wreath is going. So my ficus is going in a counterclockwise rotation. So I'm going to make sure that these are also going in a counterclockwise rotation. It doesn't really matter where you put them, but just put them in. Wrap some of that evergreen around it. And let's hold it in place for just a second. Okay, there we go. Boom. Grab my second one. Pop off the leaves because I'm a little bit of a hoarder. I don't know if it's the teacher in me or just the crafty. It's probably just the craftiness. We never know when we're going to use something else. I have no idea how much these were. because they don't have the tag on them. They don't have the price on the tag. Again, I'm going to take this straight blossom and I'm going to give it a good bend, a really good bend. Jennifer says she loves the idea of a hot glue skillet. Oh my gosh. Yes, it's amazing. But do I have to clean up? Do I have a mess to clean up after using it? Do you mean, are there glue strings on my wreath? Is that what you're asking? Boom. Or are you asking if I clean out the hot glue skillet? Because I don't. Okay, I want to make a triangle. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Making a triangle with my big focal flower. Slide along. Now there are glue strings that I'm just going to melt with a hot hair dryer. You were more thinking that your table would be covered with glue from it dripping. Well, that is a really good point. So here's what you're going to need, or here's what I use. Up under my wreath here, I have a non-stick mat. It's in my Amazon storefront. It's really for like, well, actually I think it is for crafting, but I know that bakers have them sometimes. The hot glue won't stick to it. It just like peels right off. It's an amazing thing. Oops. Put that in there. Okay, again, I bent it really, really good. I'm going to cut the stem about right there. 1, 2. Okay, making a triangle. So this one's going to go over here. You do have to be aware when you have things on the table like this that you are keeping your florals out of your hot glue skillet because the sides are very hot and it will melt your leaves and your flowers. All right, so here's what we got. Nice little triangle. Very, very pretty. Let's add some more colors to it. Guys, thanks for sharing my live. I really appreciate that. It helps more people see it. It pushes it out to more people. Next, we're going to punch up that color by adding these orangey yellow chrysanthemums. So this is like the next size down, you can see. And I'm going to push these leaves up because I need as much help as I can get to cover up the greenery that's running along the inside. Giving it a good bend. And let's just start putting these in. I'm going to go around the outside first, and then I'll go around the inside and then fill in as I want or I need to. Remember, this hot glue just melts once it hits that evergreen. It's really kind of awesome. Let's push these leaves up. Go ahead and get them ready. This is my last bush of this flower, so we got to make it count. Doing compact style wreaths like this is a great way to use up your flowers. Adding that in, just coming along the outside. My oldest son is about to leave. He better come in here and give me a kiss and a hug before he goes. He is going back to his college house for a couple of days. Hello, Alana. Ayana. I don't think I said that right. Becky is asking a question. She says she usually does a focal point of the accent flowers in a fourth of the wreath. That would be a great style. I think that would be fabulous. That's just not what I am choosing to do. But you know, we all do different stuff, right? Pushing that in and twisting it around. Camden, are you about to go back to your house? Camden is our golden retriever. She's really his dog, but she loves me more. Let's cut this. All right, so here's what we've got. Just like that. I'm going to put these on the inside. I only have a few. I only have two. Goodness. Let's put these opposite from each other on the inside. So here's what we've got. So very pretty. Oh my goodness. Let's do just a tad of a camera adjusting. Oh, for my friends on Facebook. Sorry, Facebook. Maybe that'll give you a better idea of what's going on. There we go. Super pretty. Peggy, you can always watch these tutorials on my Facebook page, okay? 3 little greenwoods. Next, let's add these little gorgeousnesses. This is a bush that came from Michael's. I think it came from my D-stash a couple of months ago, maybe in the spring, early spring. I bought a D-stash from a lady off of Facebook, and oh my goodness, I got some good stuff. A D-stash is when another wreath maker or another crafter decides that they just don't want to make anymore. They just want to get rid of their things. And I lucked up big time. I had to make one of my boys go with me to pick it all up. Okay, so here's what we've got. We are going to take these super pretty little mini daisies or sunflowers. They look more like sunflowers, and we're going to add them throughout. And I have a lot of these, so we're really going to fill this in because I don't want to see a whole lot of evergreen. And wrap them around. Come give me a hug before you leave. All the way around. Remember, they are popping up off of the wreath. I don't want anything flat. I want all of my wreaths to have a lot of dimension. And as long as that hot glue is getting in and touching that evergreen, it's going to melt it. So if you can't get a piece to twist around, just stick it in that evergreen. Next bush. Oops, let me get it, guys. Let's stand up. I probably can see what the heck I'm doing better if I do that. All right, let's push this in here. Like that. I'm going to give it a twist, being mindful not to hit my hot glue skillet over there. Let's cut this off. I'm going to push these leaves up. These leaves are not my favorite, but I need all the help I can get to cover that greenery. So let's just add them. When people look at this, I don't want them to think, oh, that's made on a Christmas wreath. No, no, no. It's not what I'm going for. I want them to say, wow, that is a fantastic fall wreath. Look at all those colors. Don't forget to come on the inside as well. Put this one on the inside down here. Halfway done. Oh my goodness, this is so pretty. Remember, put all your tags over here. So these were $4. These little sunflower bushes. They were $4 a piece from Michael's. They might still have them this year, but I am not sure about that. Let's get our third. This is the third bush. These are really small bushes. They don't have a ton on them. Putting them in my container. Cutting these off. Guys, thanks so much for sharing. I appreciate that so much. Okay. Let's keep on going. I'm about to put it up on my wreath easel because there's always holes that I can't see when I am looking at it on the table. Just put one on this outside right here. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. I really, really, really love the colors. What do you guys think? Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's resituate ourselves just a little bit. I'm going to get my easel ready. Wouldn't it be amazing if we all had these ginormous craft rooms where we could just spread all out? Whew, let's put a hanger on that. Here's how I put a hanger on. I just take a pipe cleaner, fold it in half, and I make a loop out of it. Twist the ends together and then pull the other side up. Easy peasy. Polly says she loves that I've used ficus. Come here, give me a hug. Bye. Love you. Be safe.
Come on, Kevin.
Off they go. All right, there we go, everybody. Here we go. Yay! College boy is off to class, off to school. All right, here we go. So, beautiful, beautiful. Love it. Now, I am going to be looking for holes, and I need to make sure that the color is evenly distributed all the way around, okay? So first, let's make sure we've got pink everywhere. It needs to be on the inside of the wreath and the outside of the wreath. So I noticed that there's a big spot up here that doesn't have any of this pretty pink. Let's go ahead and add it. Now, I always tell you that I really, really like to give my buyers a hanger so that they know which way I think it's going to look best. So that's what I just did on the back. I have one more bush. I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. Let's just hold on to it. But I do want to add some more fall color with this gorgeousness right here. I do not know where this came from. Probably Greenery Market. I do love Greenery Market. I'm going to cut this up into smaller pieces so that I can insert it around. So this will be, oh my gosh, this is going to be the 4th greenery that we've added to this wreath. Cut them nice and long. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to cut this in half so that I can make as many pieces as I can get out of this bush. I'm pretty sure it was probably pretty pricey. I'm going to have to guesstimate on what it really cost, unless I can do some investigating and figure it out. This one's really long. Let's make 3 pieces out of this one. Just cutting it into smaller pieces so that we have a lot to add to our design. It's going to make it have lots of texture and lots of movement. All right, here we go. Let's add this all over. I'm going to go around the outside first. I think I'm going to start up here in the corner. Just dipping it into my glue and adding it around. I'm going to bounce back and forth and make like little zigzag motions. Now, doing this technique with the evergreen as a base, it is going to leave a lot of stems on the back. And we're just going to have to flip it over and cut those stems off as close as we possibly can so it isn't scratching our door or a customer's door. Let's pull this stuff out of the way so I can get up in here. I'm kind of bouncing back and forth, outside in, all the way around. I see a big hole right here. Let's send a big piece. I'm going to come over here up under this sunflower. There is a whole lot of evergreen showing. There we go. Oh my gosh, this one came off. Darn. That's okay. It's nothing that a little hot glue won't fix. I'm just going to dip it into my hot glue and pop that bad boy onto the evergreen. Let's come up under here. Lifting things up so you can get into where you want it to be. There's another really big hole. Let's fill that in. It's okay if a little bit of the evergreen is showing, but you know, we want to cover up as much of it as we possibly can. Does it matter how much green ficus you add to the wreath? You find you put too much, that's just your personal preference. If I needed to, I could always go back in and add more ficus to this. I have a few pieces of the kind of yellow greenery left over. And I'm probably going to go back in and add it to this wreath. It's really dark right here. Let's add this to pop up the color a little bit. There we go. Okay, I got a few more pieces. I'm forgetting to go on the outside, so let's go on the outside over here. Right there. Oh my goodness, I got glue strings everywhere. Okay, I have a few of these pieces left, so let's go ahead and add them. It's still super, super dark right there in the middle. I do not like that. I might have to open up this last little daisy bush just to really fill it in. Let's go ahead and do that. I have one of these little bushes left, okay? Just one. So let's just go ahead and use it. Instead of saving it for a different project and trying to figure out where and how to use it. How many years of use do you generally get out of a wreath before replacing it or altering it? You mean for our personal front doors? Well, I am very lucky because my front door doesn't get a whole lot of direct sunlight. Because yes, direct sunlight is going to fade your wreath. It just is. So I keep mine a good 3 years. The ones that I use. You can also spray your florals or your wreaths with UV protectant. I have a good friend that makes wreaths and she swears by it. I have never really used it because I haven't needed to. But yeah, you can always try that too. All right, let's add some more. I got to use this bush. We don't like, it's not worth saving little ones and twos of things, thinking you're going to use it in a different wreath. It's just better just to go ahead and use that all up. And put it over there. Hopefully whoever purchases this wreath is going to hang it on the hanger like I've got it. All right, we have a few of these pieces left over. Let's do this too. Hello, Sandy from Illinois. Welcome. Thank you, Deb. Deb says it's beautiful. I appreciate that. The last greenery made everything pop. It's usually those last little pieces that you put in, guys. I'm going to put this on the inside right here. I got lots of glue strings today. That is okay. To melt glue strings, you just put your hairdryer on warm and it melts them. It's a great trick. Okay, let's add this one right here to the inside. Got one of these left. I'm going to glue it right up in there. Let's hope it works. Thank you, Mary. Mary says it's beautiful. I appreciate you saying that. This little dark spot is still bothering me. So let's add some of that. All right, guys. I think I'm done. I think I am finished. Holy moly. Look at the color on this wreath. Wow. This is fall without being like fall. you know? Yeah, you can add pumpkins to these designs. But look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness. Look how deep it is with all of the texture of the grasses. Beautiful. I love it. Did I make this stand or did I buy it? Girl, I bought this stand. It's from a fantastic wreath maker. Her name, it's on Etsy called Mimi's Hobby Wreaths. M-I-M-I Hobby Wreaths. This is the stand. Honestly, I think it's the only thing she's got in her shop that she sells. I love it. Mary wants to know, how could you buy it? I would love for you to buy this. All you need to do is send me a direct message on TikTok and I'll make sure to get it to you. It's about, let's see how big this thing is. Remember, we started out with an 18-inch evergreen base. And I measure my wreaths from tip to tip. That means from way out here to way out here. So let's see what we got. Let's start with that one here. It's about 23, 24 inches wide. And the same in length. So it's a 24-inch diameter. Ooh, Nina, you got your wreath stand today? That is fantastic. All right, everybody, I am signing off. If you would like to purchase this wreath, just send me a direct message. I would be happy to sell it to you. Have a wonderful weekend, guys. I'll catch you live again on Monday for Bow Making Monday. I got to order. It's hanging up right here. It's a fall bow, farmhouse bows, and a Christmas bow. So come and hang out with me while I fill that order. Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend. Bye, TikTok.